Imagine a world where the apocalypse didn't just bring monsters, it brought a hunger that consumes everything in its path, including reality itself. You are part of a small group of survivors trapped in a zone where the system is broken, glitching, and actively trying to delete you. Welcome to That Which Devours, Survive, the first gritty, atmospheric, and intensely strategic installment in Jer Patch's LitRPG adventure. If you love survival horror tropes, deep LitRPG mechanics, and stories that explore the sheer, unadulterated terror of watching a protagonist fight not just for levels, but for their very existence against an enemy that eats stats and souls alike, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in progression fantasy, blending the visceral dread of being hunted with the addictive dopamine hit of mastering a hostile system. The narrative kicks off with our protagonist waking up in a nightmare landscape where the rules of the game have been twisted into something malicious. The atmosphere is thick with the hum of corrupted data, the roar of eldritch beasts, and the creeping dread of knowing that every shadow could hide a creature that feeds on your progress. Patch excels at making the progression feel incredibly grounded and high stakes, turning every resource scavenged, every skill unlocked, and every narrow escape feel like a massive, hard-earned step towards securing a foothold in this new reality. At the core of the book's massive appeal is its spectacular, devouring enemy trope and the brilliant strategic adaptation dynamic. This isn't just about swinging a sword. It's about managing sanity meters, optimizing resource management, and using modern logic to outsmart enemies who rely on chaos and consumption. Watching the protagonist reverse engineer the Devourer's behavior, craft overpowered gear from monster drops, and completely shock arrogant high-level players with their unconventional trap-heavy tactics is incredibly satisfying. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the combat and the satisfying chiming ding of a massive level up to life, making every milestone feel like a hard-earned victory. But beyond the stats and the slaughter, the soul of That Which Devours lies in its characters and the heavy burden of leadership. The protagonist isn't just a cold, calculating gamer. They are a deeply human individual struggling to maintain their humanity in a world that rewards ruthlessness. They quickly form bonds with a beautifully dysfunctional found family of fellow survivors who help them navigate the treacherous waters of the new social order. The banter is razor-sharp, providing much-needed levity as their friends watch them casually calculate the damage output of a fireball. Their unbreakable trust provides the emotional grounding needed when the world starts throwing literal world-ending threats their way. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A major dungeon break or a rival faction's assault forces the protagonist to push their abilities to their absolute limits. The finale is a spectacular display of tactical brilliance, overwhelming magical firepower, and raw, unbridled ingenuity. The protagonist doesn't just survive the assault, they completely shatter the local power scaling, using a ridiculous, highly technical combination of skills and crafting to turn the enemy's ultimate attack into a mere stepping stone. The payoff is spectacular, delivering a massive dopamine-fueled victory that proves the most dangerous class in the system isn't the one with the biggest sword, it's the one who understands the rules better than anyone else. That Which Devours, Survive is a triumph of the lit RPG and survival genres. It is smart, action-packed, and unapologetically addictive. Jer Patch has crafted a debut that perfectly captures the thrill of breaking the apocalypse with a stat sheet and a strategy guide. Plug in your headphones, check your stats, and join the survivor. The system is live, but their future is bright.